Hi, welcome to Tipsy Tooth Talk.
Or T cubed, because I can't say it. I'm Dr. Bishop.
I'm Dr. Blume, and we are here to talk about tequila and toothpaste.
Ooh, those go hand in hand. Like, right? When you think of tequila, don't you think of toothpaste? Yes.
And the alliteration, Tipsy Tooth Talk, tequila, and toothpaste.
Winning.
And Blume and Bishop.
There you go. I mean, it was a match.
What more could you want,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
All right, so today we are going to taste tequila. And I went to my favorite restaurant, Aldo's.
Yes. Yes. Aldo's. Y'all, we could walk to that because it's that close, but we don't.
But, I mean, I go there a lot. Shout out Aldo, Jaime, and Carlos.
Yes.
And Sean, my favorite waiter.
Yes. I think we saw him the other night. I didn't get a chance to say hello.
Yeah. And so we were there. I was there with a friend the other night, and he was like, "I want to try the best tequila you have."
Oh.
And
Because
so
those words would have never come out of my mouth.
mine either.
Okay.
Tequila makes your clothes fall off.
Yeah.
I tend to not drink it, and my general rule, if out with friends, is if I decide it's okay to start shooting tequila, then it's time to go.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
I'll bank that away.
that's a rule. However, I had never really sipped tequila before.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a little different, right? So I do play that song for my kids, by the way, just so they know.
Okay, listen, I'm going to tell you a funny, quick story. We have a convent that's nearby, and we see a lot of the nuns that are at said convent. And the previous dentist who was in my practice when I first started working with them loved country music, and he would sing to all his patients. And one day I was walking through the office, and Tequila Makes Your Clothes Falls Off was playing, and he was singing it to a nun. And I have never felt more uncomfortable. Now listen, I felt uncomfortable in a lot of situations, but I've never felt more uncomfortable in a situation I wasn't even part of.
That's awesome.
Than that moment.
Oh, that's a good
So
one.
anytime I think of that song, that is my memory.
Oh.
So
I play it for my kids, just so they know not to drink tequila.
yeah.
Okay.
But here we go.
Yes, here we go. This is different. This is sipping tequila.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, so this is what Jaime pulled down.
Okay.
For us to try, and I was like, yeah, not interested. Isn't that beautiful?
It's beautiful. Like you could just have that out on your countertop, and it would be lovely.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
And so Jaime told me it can be difficult to find, so he called his person, and they held a bottle for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
He has a person.
He has a person. I mean, they're a restaurant. They order. So yeah.
Okay.
So the place ended up having some. They had just gotten a shipment, but just in case they held one for me. But I just love it. This is like stoneware. I don't know if you can appreciate that in the thing.
Yeah, it's really heavy. It's like a nice piece of stoneware. Like once you're done with it, you could almost wash it out and use it for something like oil or something that you would keep on your countertop. I mean, it's beautiful.
It is. So now, for those of you who speak Spanish, well, you should read it. You speak better than I do. We'll give you the name.
Okay, it's Tequila dos Artes Reserva Especial.
That wasn't that hard.
Yeah, 100% agave extra añejo. 40% alcohol. This could go south fast, y'all. So buckle up.
So,
or maybe I should buckle up. I'm the one that needs to buckle up for this one. Because if you've been watching these, oh my God, these little glasses are back, and we already know I have an issue with this. So,
and we're going to be using the nose today. All right, let's get going because we have toothpaste to talk about.
Oy, okay.
That's a big pour.
Yeah, don't pour that much for me.
There you go.
Cheers.
So, woo, you smell it?
Oh yeah, I do. Oh wow.
Okay, so I have my phone out for my little cheat sheet because we're going to quiz Michelle, Dr. Bishop on what she smells. So let's see. We have an aroma sample, and fortunately, I said exactly what it's supposed to taste like the first time I tried it.
Whatever.
So I got it. Yay!
I probably won't.
I usually don't. Like the wines, I love wine. We both love wine. And I never taste the right thing.
Okay. Am I swirling it like wine?
Well, so it didn't really talk about swirling it for the, I just read a little cheat sheet on tasting tequila.
I'm going to tip it then.
It does say to tip it and to get it as far up towards the top. Well, it said first to look at the color and appreciate what color you see.
Okay.
So,
it's kind of amber.
mm-hmm.
Reminds me of, what's the stone? Like topaz?
Mm-hmm.
Is that topaz?
Yeah, it does look like topaz.
Okay.
And so then it says to get it as close to the top as you can. It does say to taste in tall, narrow tasters. This one's probably a little wide at the bottom and it's going to be a little hard to get to the top. It said that you could use a champagne flute if you wanted to, but I didn't think we would see the color as well. And then, but it says this is not something you would take out of a shot glass.
Oh, well, good.
So you just want to get it as close to the top as you can, and then sniff from the bottom edge.
Down here.
And then tell us what you smell.
I smell a little bit of vanilla. Okay, hang on. I smell a little orange. Is it orange?
I'll see. The vanilla's the number one.
Oh, winning. Passing the test. I like to pass test.
Yes, orange peel is on the list.
Oh! I'm better at tequila apparently than scotch. It's because I don't have to stick my nose in it. Maybe a little cinnamon?
Yep.
Okay.
Caramel is the number two.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think it looks caramely.
It looks caramely, but I can see how you, yeah. Now that you say that, I smell it.
All right.
Maybe tell me what else I should be
Well,
smelling.
so now you want to smell from the middle. Don't smell from the top because that's where you get all the like alcohol aroma. So you smell from the bottom and from the middle, but not from the top of the glass.
So kind of like right in the middle.
And these it says should be the like lighter scents.
Oh.
This is probably where you'll get more of that orange.
Oh, looky there. I'm not congested today. I was for the scotch.
So it says
it is. It's like, oh my gosh, wait, hang on. I'm kind of digging that.
It smells good, doesn't it?
It smells like something you would want to walk into a house and smell. You know what I mean? Like it's that fall. Oh, almost kind of William Sonoma like.
Yeah. Oh, we should tell them to start putting this over.
They should start sampling Dos Artes at William Sonoma. I bet there'd be a line out the door.
Yeah. Okay. So now
that's really nice.
Yeah, you can taste it. Now, as you take a sip, you're supposed to breathe in.
Oh God.
You're supposed to breathe in and then let it go over your whole tongue like wine. Wine, you want to touch every part of your tongue.
So I don't have to try and keep the tip down.
No.
Okay.
Not like the scotch.
Okay.
This you want to taste over the whole tongue.
Okay, good.
And then as you swallow it, you inhale and then you exhale. It says forcefully, and it says that excites your taste buds.
I'm breathing in, I'm taking a drink, and then I'm
breathing out forcefully as you swallow. Like, I mean, get it down.
I'm gonna choke. Just be prepped for that.
That's what it says.
Somebody out there.
We're trying it here first, which by the way, if you watched our last episode, then you know that we only do this in one take.
Yeah,
and the dog might bark and
your husband might walk through.
And I might forget what I'm gonna say. So we haven't done this before. We haven't followed these directions.
These are legit one take wonders that you're watching.
We want you to get to know us. All right, ready?
Okay. Might as well be doing these live. Guys. That's pretty much what this is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not feeling good about this, but okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Did that excite your taste buds?
No, but I'm okay. I don't know if my taste buds are excited, but I'm super pleasantly surprised by this one. Not gonna lie. That's pretty. Like you could sip this. It's not harsh. It really feels like a little bit of like that caramelized, like really burnt, kind of not burnt in a bad way, but like, you know, really caramelized caramel. Like it's really, it's lovely.
And I can really taste the vanilla, big time.
Yes, it's like vanilla caramel. That's good.
It is fall in a glass.
It is. It's fall in a glass.
And we're like only a week or so before fall. So we're just getting you ready. You know, because pumpkin spice is already out. So we can do fall tequila.
Here becomes the problem with this. You really could sip this stuff for a long while, and then you get up and that does not give you the, you know, sensation. It doesn't give you the, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty and tasty. Now,
yes.
I did read the reviews. So those of you that are tequila aficionados, which clearly we are not.
We are not. Well, I'm definitely not.
We haven't gotten into what we enjoy the most, which is wine.
Yeah, because then we're just.
So, yeah. So we are not tequila aficionados. So the website that I read was some people just really, really love this, and some people feel like it is too heavy and too syrupy. And they're like, this is syrup in a glass.
Maybe that's where I need to start though, to finally appreciate. I don't know. I really like it.
I do too.
And if you're not like a full-on alcohol sipper, you know, like brandy or scotch or anything like that, you don't like things like straight up, that's a great place to start because that's smooth, really smooth. Yeah, I wouldn't turn that away.
No.
If someone offered that to me, definitely.
I was pleasantly surprised. And so much so that I bought a bottle and I did open it and taste it before today. I didn't follow the tasting directions. That was a surprise, but yeah, it was that good.
Kermit phrase. Really? You open that?
I did.
It?
I did. Yeah, I just needed to see if I really liked it. So it is a little pricey. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, go in knowing that in advance.
But flip side to that, look how big the bottle is. And really, if you're just doing a small, I mean, that glass is, that's probably at least 2 ounces, or it was before I took a few sips. I mean, that's going to last you a long time unless you're like having a throwdown party, which you shouldn't be sipping that in a throwdown party.
And this is not something you put in a margarita.
No. That really is just a straight up tequila. And I have never, ever had anything like that. That's thanks for sharing.
Yay. Winning. All right, so now we're on to toothpaste, which is a topic I am particularly passionate about.
Okay.
I mean, all dentists are a little bit passionate about it. We all want you to use it.
Yes.
Most of us will recommend that you use a fluoridated version.
Yes.
I do have a non-fluoridated version at my office that I forgot to bring, and I'll throw that one out there right now because all of this is going to be focused on fluoride. Spry, S-P-R-Y, is a great version of, if you are just, I don't want to offend anybody that really has hesitation about the use of fluoride. Now, in my residency, the person that taught me, Dr. Kevin Donnelly, about fluoride is like a fluoride guru. Like he wrote a chapter in the Pediatric Dentistry Bible about fluoride. So I have a very pro-fluoride background. Our dental school, when we were in our pre-doc classes, was very focused on fluoride. And so without getting into a huge debate, if you just really are uncomfortable with fluoride, please have a discussion with your dentist about it. Slip us a question in the DMs on Tipsy Tooth Talk, and we're happy to address your question directly. But a good alternative is Spry. It's more available than it used to be. You used to only be able to get it at places like Whole Foods.
I was going to say I've seen it at Whole Foods, but I feel like I've seen it at H-E-B.
And you can get it on Amazon.
Oh, Amazon for the win.
And I used to sell it at my office. I don't think we still do. But anyway, that's what we use on our babies because we're doing a fluoride treatment at the end. So we start the appointment with a non-fluoridated toothpaste. And we use Spry because it has xylitol in it. So xylitol is a great product second to fluoride but xylitol does actually help fight the bacteria that cause cavities. In large doses, it can give you stomach upset. But if you're not going to use a fluoridated toothpaste, at least look for xylitol and look for xylitol in your gum.
Yes.
Where fluoride is better than xylitol is fluoride also helps kill some of the bacteria that cause cavities, but it actually strengthens your teeth.
Yes.
On the enamel surface. I tell people you have microscopic pores in your teeth. For those of you who have taken chemistry, you have, holes in your molecules that are microscopic, but they're there, right? And so your teeth are, made partially with some chloride ions, and fluoride is stronger than chloride. So it has a reaction, it bumps out the chloride and bonds with your enamel, and it tightens those pores. So it's like it's strengthening your shield. And if you watch the last one, I do lots of hand talking. So it strengthens your shield, just like if you're Captain America and you've got your shield is stronger if you treated it with fluoride first. So that's how fluoride sort of works in a very short.
In a small nutshell.
Yes. So then you have a whole slew of toothpaste with fluoride that have a whole bunch of different properties. One of them that I don't think we have a sample of here, which should be indicative of how we feel about it, are the charcoal toothpaste.
Oh, yes.
Most of them don't have fluoride, and even the ones that do, they're just too abrasive.
Yes. Yes, the charcoal, we tend to stay away from those. I don't recommend them.
No.
They're too abrasive on your teeth. You can actually wear away a layer of enamel. So while I think it has some good future properties, I don't feel like it's refined enough yet for the everyday person to be using it. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And whitening toothpaste, a lot of us use those, but again, you've gotta, my daughter she actually won her middle school science fair doing a toothpaste. Like we stained tiles and then we toothbrushed them with different toothpastes.
Yeah.
And we felt them for abrasiveness, and it was a whitening thing. And so, yes, the most abrasive ones are the most whitening, but they also can increase your sensitivity. So, especially in my kid population, even my teens, because their teeth are not as mature.
Right.
I will say, in young permanent teeth, I don't recommend whitening toothpaste more than 2 times a week. And in baby teeth, I don't recommend that at all. How often do you recommend them for your older population?
I actually tell people not to use it. I tell them not to use the toothpaste that says whitening or tartar control, because the way that they're accomplishing that is through more abrasives. And for a lot of those people, they already have some recession, they already have sensitivity issues. I typically don't recommend it.
Yeah.
There are a few cases where, maybe some young adults, I'm okay with them using it every now and then. But if you're looking at whitening, see your dentist for whitening. If you're having problems with tartar, then talk to your dentist about, what you can do to overcome that. But don't look at the toothpaste aisle to solve that problem.
Toothpaste is your carrier for your fluoride.
Right.
If you don't want to use fluoride, in a lot of cases, I would just tell you to use water.
Yeah.
Use your toothbrush to get the plaque off your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what your toothbrush is for. It's for getting plaque off your teeth. And we've already done a toothbrush episode. Right. Always use a soft bristled brush if you don't use one of the automatic ones that we talked about. Mm-hmm. And get the plaque off your teeth.
Right.
The toothpaste is your avenue for your fluoride delivery. So kind of think about it that way. You're just trying to deliver it, and then when you spit at the end of brushing your teeth, don't rinse it out with water. Let that fluoride sit on your teeth, let it do its job. Right. Just think of it as a topical fluoride application that you're doing twice a day at a lower concentration than what you get at our office.
Right, and I do tell patients that if they feel like, well, there's so much in my mouth that even when I spit out, I feel like it's all over my tongue, then get your toothbrush wet and brush off your tongue, because you should be brushing your tongue anyway, as opposed to rinsing. Mm-hmm.
So the number one toothpaste, let me go before I get into Plaque HD, which is the number one toothpaste recommended in my office, but we'll go somewhere else first. I am a sufferer of canker sores.
Oh, okay.
Now, we're not talking about fever blisters, the ones that you get that bubble up on your lip. Those are a virus, and maybe we'll cover that in a future episode if somebody has questions about fever blisters. I'm talking about the canker sores that you get like right here or here, or
Yes, they can make your whole face throb.
Yeah, the fancy word for them is aphthous ulcers, but most of you probably call them canker sores.
Right.
I used to get them. You have major and minor, minor being the really small ones like 2 millimeters. I used to get them like giant, like centimeter. And
ooh.
my lymph nodes would swell and I couldn't eat.
Oh.
I mean, I'm very sensitive to canker sores. And I suffered with it for many, many, many years. And I'm gonna say what product I used. I am not knocking this toothpaste. It is a wonderful toothpaste. It fights cavities. If it's the toothpaste you like, you should use it. But if you're a canker sore sufferer, it's not the right toothpaste for you. And it's Crest.
Okay.
Just the old school regular Crest is what I grew up using, right? I used it my whole life, and that's what my parents bought, and you know, whatever. So it would make me sick. Like, they were evaluating me for syndromes. I got them so badly.
Oh, wow.
And thought we had tried everything. I used I used that Debacterol stuff that is like, my neighbors heard me scream, it hurt so bad.
I was gonna say, that stuff hurts.
It works, but I don't think it was worth it. Anyway, it's a great product if you are willing to go through the few seconds of pain, but that's a separate entity. Anyway, my boss in the Navy, for those of you that don't know, I was a Navy dentist for 6 or 7 years, and my boss in the Navy told me to change my toothpaste to Colgate Total because it was low sodium lauryl sulfate. I do not suffer from canker sores anymore, and have learned that low sodium lauryl sulfate toothpaste are the #1 thing to try if you are a chronic canker sore sufferer. Now, we all get them if we bite our lip, or we have a trauma, or we scratch ourselves, or whatever. We all get them sometimes. And some people are also, me, myself included, a lot of cinnamon will trigger them as well. Right. So I tell my patients to cut out cinnamon and to change their toothpaste as their #1 things to try for. So I have a whole list of it's SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, low SLS toothpastes. So most of mine are going to be kid driven, but this one is not necessarily kid. This is Biotene fluoridated toothpaste. I always look for fluoride. Yes. And some of these brands will have with fluoride and without. I don't buy them unless they have fluoride. So Biotene is one for adults and kids.
And we recommend this one in our office because Biotene also helps with dry mouth. So our older adults, so many medications these days have a side effect of decreasing your salivary flow. Biotene's great for that.
Yeah. Hello is a really popular brand with people, especially the holistic community. But they do have some with fluoride in them. And this one I just had to get because it's unicorn sparkle.
Oh.
Isn't that cute?
And it's bubblegum flavored.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
There's also one that I did not get a sample of because I forgot to order it in time. It's called Tanner's Tasty Paste. Oh, it has fluoride and xylitol in it. It was developed by a pediatric dentist. You can get it on Amazon, and it has chocolate and vanilla flavors. And for infants, they have one without fluoride, but for older kids. Now, I say older kids. I start recommending fluoride around the age of 1. You know, I'm still talking really young. Tom's is a super popular brand of toothpaste among the community of people that like to be really careful about what they give their kids.
Yes, and it's widely distributed, so you can get it at most, I'm sure any supermarket you walk into, you can find Tom's.
Tom's is a company, though, that you have to read the label to find that it's fluoride or not. Now, I will tell you a trick to knowing if it has fluoride in it is if it says that it fights cavities. Something cannot legitimately say on their label in the United States that it fights cavities unless it has fluoride in it. And if you want to be sure, you can look on the active ingredients, and there are several different types of fluoride. There's sodium fluoride and all these other kinds of stannous fluoride and If it says fluoride in the word, you're good. But your cue is that it says that it fights cavities. Okay, so Tom's is a great one. And then Burt's Bees even makes one with fluoride for people who really love Burt's Bees products. Yes. There's a whole slew of them. And I have, I'm a member of a Facebook group for pediatric dentists, and we have a list on our Facebook page of low sodium lauryl sulfate toothpaste. So I'll get that list together and I'll post it.
Good.
So that
it was a good reference for all of y'all.
Yeah, because this is not complete. And
but, so I'm sure some people are asking, so what does the SLS do? A lot of people, so another example that you may find in the store is Sensodyne Pro Enamel, Sensodyne products. SLS is what makes the toothpaste foam, right? So you're brushing and you get that foamy sensation and it's filling up your mouth. And a lot of people equate that with clean. I don't know why, but yes. And that's what SLS does. It creates that foaming. So when you decrease that SLS, you're going to get that less foaming action. And so sometimes people are like, well, I just don't feel like my teeth are clean. I think it's just a perception thing, because getting your teeth clean is the action, not what you're using. Exactly. So make sure that it has fluoride. You can look for a low SLS. If you're not prone to canker sores and you like that foaming action, then things like Crest Gum Detoxify, the Colgate, the regular Colgates, the name brands that you're used to seeing those commercials, and those are fine for you. I don't suffer from that. I'm able to use those products without any problems. But again, that's the difference. That's what you're going to find with a low SLS, is that you're not getting the foaming that you equate to a toothpaste. And that's not a bad thing, though. That's what you need to know. Yeah. Because so many of my patients say, well, it doesn't foam up, so I don't feel like it's clean. And so I have to say, it's not about the foaming. It's about the action of you brushing that's getting you clean.
Yeah, for sure. So finally, we have Plaque HD. Plaque HD comes in 2 flavors. It comes in fresh mint, which is a very mild mint, because, let's face it, every time you give a kid mint toothpaste, they say it's spicy. Speaking of levels of fluoride, how much fluoride is in a toothpaste? Can I give my kid the same toothpaste that I use myself? Yes. In the United States, for approved over-the-counter fluoridated toothpaste, the concentration of fluoride is the same. We have the same concentration of fluoride in our toothpaste across the market. A kid's toothpaste is not lower fluoride. It's just marketed to kids. It's better flavors. It's got sparkles in it. Yeah. And now
unicorn.
In Europe, the kids' toothpaste can have half the fluoride in it. But in the United States, what we do is recommend volume control. So like a really, really little kid, like a toddler, you do like a rice size amount of fluoride. A middle-aged kid, like 4 or 5 years old, you do a pea size. None of us need to be using the old, remember the Aquafresh whoosh?
Yes. Or the AIM, remember the 3 stripes?
None of us need to be using that.
It's like a horse mane. No, you don't need that.
So this is also fluoridated. So they have berry bubble gum and this fresh mint, which is a really not spicy mint.
Okay.
And this is what it does. So I don't know if you can see this. I don't know what kind of reflection we're getting off the ring light, but this is somebody who has a lot of plaque, and you can kind of see the yellowish. If your teeth are fuzzy and you go like this and you get something under your nail, or the people who get the wine stains on their teeth, that's plaque.
I call it the fuzzy sock syndrome. If you run your tongue across it and it feels like you're wearing those, fall, summer, or fall fuzzy socks, you have plaque.
Yeah. So if you've ever been to the dentist and you had, back in the day when we were younger, you chewed those tablets.
Yeah. Well.
My staff, we take a Q-tip and take that red dye and swab it around your mouth to show you where your plaque is. This is that in a toothpaste, a fluoridated toothpaste.
2 for 1.
So you put it on your toothbrush and you spread it all around your mouth and kind of swish it a little bit. It's not a liquid, but you can move it around because of your saliva. Get it everywhere and then smile. And it shows you where your plaque is. And then you brush until the plaque is gone, until there's no more green. It'll make you brush everything. You'll brush your tongue, because who wants to go to school with green on their teeth, right? Which is why my kids did not really enjoy using it, but I was like, well, I can start brushing your teeth as a teenager again, like I did when you were a kid. You can do a better job, or I'm gonna just get you stuff that'll embarrass you if you go to school with your teeth looking like this.
Yeah, nice.
2 tubes of Plaque HD, and my kids are better brushers, and now they're back to normal toothpaste. You can get it on Amazon sometimes. It's not real predictable on Amazon. And they really want it to be distributed by dentists so that we can explain to you how to use it. So you could try to find a dentist in your area that has it. Even if you get it on Amazon, the company prices it in such a way that it's not free shipping. You're going to spend similar amount at my office. You spend exactly the same as what you spend to get it on Amazon. I want to be able to talk to you about it and only recommend it to the patients that I feel like could benefit from it. Right. It's not a money maker, you know. So anyway, so that's Package D. I have found excellent results. I learned about it from a friend of mine from the Navy, Jennifer Statler. She's an orthodontist in Boca Raton, Florida. That's where I first heard about it, and now I recommend it across the board to people in braces, and anybody that comes in my office that has moderate plaque gets a recommendation for Package D.
But I was just reading the instructions on this, and I will say, if someone's just buying it off the shelf or off Amazon, you're not going to get the explanation that you just got, because it just says to brush thoroughly. Yeah. And then it kind of defeats the purpose of learning the process of it and seeing the results. So
we even give you a little handout, and we have a little paper with a QR code that goes to their website and everything.
All right.
So hopefully you learned something about toothpaste and tequila.
Tequila and toothpaste.
And Tipsy Tooth Talk.
All right.
Cheers to beautiful smiles. Thank you.